Today we'll be going over one of my favourite characters and my secondary, Sora. I know there are some Sora guides out there already, but I think there might be some things that people have missed out, and I just want to make a straightforward guide on Sora's game plan, what he thrives at, and what his weaknesses are. So, without further ado, hi, I'm Wilksy15, and I'll be your Sora guide. When playing Sora, you have to play him as if you're playing a Kingdom Hearts game, but for anyone who hasn't touched a Kingdom Hearts game, what I really mean is, Sora is a defense, hit and run fighter. You have to make your opponent make mistakes and capitalize them to get the best maximum damage or KOs. Also, your spells are your offense and your Keyblade is your defense. Since Sora's ground attacks are quite slow as well as his ground movement, his best aggression is in the air and when edge guarding, thanks to his Peter Pan air acceleration. But characters that have no zoning capabilities have high fall speeds like Star Fox Crew, Greninja, or big characters like Donkey Kong and King K. Rool. That's when creativity comes out in the Sora players for some sweet damage and easy KOs. His downfall, however, is his ground speed, lightweight, and his double-edged sword air acceleration. That's when characters that can outzone him are going to have an easy game, while Sora will have to maneuver and find an opening, which is easier said than done and really does test your patience. So characters like Gunner, Snake, and Samus are really going to test you. Another note is it will test you which aerials are appropriate to get through projectiles and space your opponents in between to get that opening. Another disadvantage is his double jump. It comes out very slow, making Sora combo fodder, unless you IDJ nair to get out a disadvantage or to get reversal and you approach an opponent that is trying to deliver the next blow. But without double jump, well, it's going to be even harder for Sora to get back onto the stage. He does have one of the best air dodges to ledge in the game, similar to Mithra's. Jab 1 is a simple downward swing which has anti-air properties which can follow up into 2 and 3. Unfortunately, the jab cannot go into anything, but if you go into jab 2, you are fully committed and you're giving the opponent the advantage if they're in shield. This move should be used as a get off me reaction or as a combo ender in your combos, which we will get into later. Forward tilt does come out slow, but it does have a lingering hitbox and quite a large horizontal one, which is safe on shield, is spaced right. It can also go into forward 2 and forward 3, which does more damage than jab 1 combo. Forward tilt is mainly used for spacing, especially since it has a pivot slide, but the icing on the cake is it's a great two-framer. You can even use it when characters are on platforms like Battlefield, SBF. Up tilt is a multiple hit move. This should never be used in neutral due to how committive it is. It's mainly used in combos, so if the opponent is in the air, go for aerials. Down tilt is used to scoop people, which leads to nair loops and up tilt on low percents, but near 100% it can lead to up smash or a tad higher up air. It's an okay move, but it's really grounded as it won't hit opponents if they're slightly in the air, so avoid this in neutral at all costs, and it's mainly used in IDJ fair wrecker combos, which we'll get into a bit later. Dash attack is the Mario baseball slide, used for combo enders and used for bursts if the opponent is about to do an aerial, but it also loses power over time when the move lingers. The sweet version can go through shields, but it's not as safe as snakes or wolves. Forward smash is a regular baseball swing. It does have great knockback, but it's very committal. However, if the tip hits the opponent's shield, then they're stuck in shield stun, meaning you're safe. But it can mess up people's buffering, meaning you can go for another one if you think the buffer will make the opponent go for a grab or a jab instead. But this can be comboed on higher percents when using fast falling nair or fast falling fair 1. Up smash is powerful when sweet spotted. It can scoop up opponents. The range from above has great horizontal range. Again, this move is a great combo end in certain combos. It does have a blind spot, so make sure you change the direction accordingly. Down smash is when Sora will strike the ground and will hit the opponent on both sides. This does leave Sora untangible, which means anyone going for a grab or going for an attack that hits from below, well, prepare to get impaled. It also does insane shield damage. You can go for a YOLO and get that shield break. It's also a niche 2-framer, but it's better when the opponent has grabbed the ledge already. Forward throw's main uses is to throw your opponent off stage and to continue the pressure. Back throw is Sora's yeet, and it kills opponents at high percent near the ledge. Down throw is used for tech chases and combo starters on mid percents. Up throw doesn't really have many uses. It's mainly used for juggles and to get the KOs on extremely high percents. Nair has 3 wreckers. Nair 1 alone is used as your defensive aerial to stop approaches, stop incoming projectiles. When you wrecker your opponent in shield, you bait move away with Nair 2 to retreat safely. Nair 2 is used to approach and your combo starter. Nair 2 has a horizontal long hitbox, which makes it safe if spaced out properly. Nair 3 launches your opponent upward. But what is also to say that you can make combos longer, but we'll talk about that later. Bear has 3 wreckers. Bear 1 has the same properties as Nair 1, but has a bit more range and a tad more frames coming out and a tad more landing lag. Bear 2 is exactly the same as Nair 2. Bear 3 however launches the opponent forwards. Bear works well for ledge guards and to stop recoveries. Back air is a bait kill move, but be sure to space it properly. Try using this move off stage or near the ledge. It also has cross up properties as well. Up air has a great arch and has great shield stun. Using it raw on approaches works well too. Up air is also a kill option in combos. It also has cross up properties. Down air makes Sora slam into the ground, but it's very YOLO. It's only used off stage if your opponent is trying to recover near the ledge, or if you've been launched high in the air, it can be used to get back onto the stage much quicker. Neutral B uses Sora's spells, which has a 3-way cycle. Once used, it goes in the following order: Firaga, Thundaga, and Blizzaga, and repeat. Firaga is your starting spell. Main uses are for combo starters. If you keep pressing the B button, you will do more fireballs. The projectile is pretty weak, but once you get the hit, you can then go in for grabs, dash attack, or fair 1 if used in midair. Just remember, the higher the percent the opponent is, the more hit stun is given. Oh, and on a side note, it does push the opponent far away from you, especially if they're on high percents. Thundaga shoots 3 lightning bolts at your opponent. It has 2 versions: ground version, which shoots from afar and spaced from Sora, and aerial version that shoots near Sora and close together. Keep in mind, the aerial version, the last 2 thunderbolts do not go through platforms. Thundaga should be used off stage to catch recoveries. However, if you think the opponent is going to be in midair, you can use it as an anti-air and an early kill option. But if Thundaga is used wrong, it does leave you wide open and it does lead to blind spots, so try not to use this in neutral. Blizzaga has a cone hitbox. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but when it touches the opponent, they're frozen in place. Of course, the higher the percent, the longer they will be encased in ice. So try and guess when your opponent will mash out, ready to get the finishing blow. Just be careful against people with counters. This move does a huge amount on shield and also is a good pressure tool when your opponent is trying to recover on the ledge. When your opponent is on a high percent, try and go for a hard read of up smash or go for up B. Side B is Sonic Blade. Sonic Blade is a burst homing attack and one of Sora's main recoveries that has 3 hits. The first hit will always be horizontal, but the next 2 you can change direction. You can decide how many times depending on how many times you flick the control stick. However, if you hold B, Sora will auto-lock at the opponent, but be very careful when off stage, as auto-lock can be your own undoing. Once 3 hits are used, you'll be in freefall. Sonic Blade can be a very committive move, but if used correctly, it can be used as a mix-up tool. Sometimes Sonic Blade is really used as an anti-air if you know your opponent is going to try approach you with an aerial. Up B is Aerial Sweep, which is like Link's Rising Up B, but is used as a combo ender, kill option, and outer shield option. You can control the trajectory as you're rising up as well. Once the move is ended, you can even go into Sonic Blade, making Sora have one of the best recoveries in the game. Try not to use it in neutral as you're left wide open unless you can retreat to a platform or ledge with Sonic Blade. Be mindful, it does have a blind spot, so make sure you change direction if needed. And B is Counter. Well, every swordie needs a counter. This will leave the opponent in hit stun and then unleash the hit back at them. Of course, the stronger the hit, the more damage and knockback you will send back. But the counter sends them horizontal, making it a great move to destroy recoveries. One thing to note, if it's a projectile, you only send it the other way. The counter must be used facing the attack, as if used from behind, you will be damaged. Now we've got the simple things out the way, let's go over to the advanced. If you want to use Sora to its full potential, you need to learn how to IDJ, and this will help not only with combos, but when your opponent whiffs for burst options. IDJ helps to do record combos, gives your aerials more range when your opponent whiffs, and can hit small characters you can't hit before. There is a video in the description on how to do this tech. Wave bouncing. Again, using neutral B, wave bouncing helps a lot in your movement when it comes to whiff punishes or to stall recoveries. Remember, each spell has a different movement property. Fire Agar gives you a short hop. Thunder Agar allows you to shift forwards or back. Blizzard gives you a sudden slow descent. To do an effective nair loop or Noop, you have to be close to your opponent. Next, we need to back away and then fast fall and aim for the legs. Again, rinse and repeat. The reason for doing this is to keep your opponent from going higher and higher until you can no longer reach them, especially when you want to do an IDJ Fair Wrecker combo. Next is the IDJ version, but I'll share a link in the description on how to do it, as it saves me going over it. Next question you might ask, is this an infinite? Well, yes and no, depending on which character. Also, for this to work correctly, your opponent must be grounded. If they are hit in midair, you will not get as many loops from it. It's better to do 2 and then fast forward Wrecker to finish, as that's more humanly consistent. When it comes to recovery, try not to use your double jump unless necessary. Use your spells to stall and up B to Sonic Blade to recover. The reason why I say do not use double jump is in case your opponent comes with a projectile that needs to be aerialed, or your opponent commits so you can retaliate with wreckers. Once on the ledge, Sora has many ways of recovering, from IDJ Fair Wreckers, spells, jumping high, or Sonic Blade. So many possibilities. If you up B in neutral, if near a ledge you can go for Sonic Blade like so. But some platform stages like Battlefield, the top platform can save your skin if you're in the centre. PS2 can make you use Sonic Blade to the platform behind, same with Kalos and Town and City. But do not do this all the time, because if your opponent is a fast movement character, they will catch you out, so try to keep it mixed and professional. Your main jab block is Faraga. Once you got it, you can go for dash attack, up B, or dash up smash to get the kill. Jab 1 also works below platform, but you won't be able to go into any combos afterwards due to how many frames of animation you still have left. But at least you can go for a hard read up smash or save up B once they commit into something. Sora does have some cross-ups with Bear and Raw up air at opponents. Your fastest and most practical option is grab since it comes out at frame 6, but since the shield is also damaged, you can go for short hop nair since it will poke through their shield. If you think the opponent is going to hold it for 2 frames longer, as this comes out on frame 8. Decisions. Just be careful against anyone who has a speedy up B reversal like Game & Watch, Link, or Lucina and Marth. Sora does have shield break options based on down smash or Blizzaga, but they're a bit niche. You can combine them with your cross-ups to catch the opponent out. Be mindful, Blizzaga comes out quicker since it comes out on frame 16. But you have to be ever so close to your opponent, otherwise the ice shards will poke out leading to them getting frozen. Down smash is more guaranteed, even on fresh shields, though it comes out on frame 20. Sora's best stages are ones with platforms as they help with your combo game and closing the gap for kills. Also with up being in neutral, you can return to platforms to hasten your recovery. If you get someone with down throw or sonic blade, it can lead to a tech chase or a jab block as well. The stages that you need to ban is mainly FD, but Sora's best stages are Town and City, Hollow Bastion, Small Battlefield, Regular Battlefield, and Northern Cave. Smashville is okay, but the above platform is too high for Sonic Blade to tech chase, and Pokemon Stadium 2 is just a neutral pick for Sora mains. Sora's best kill options are his fair records off stage, Thunder Agat if your opponent is high in the air or when caught off stage, Blizzaga mash reads, or B out to shield, and combos leading into smash attacks. All characters that you face, you can do nair 1 into nair 2 to up air, or most characters, nair 1 into nair 2 into up B. There is nair 1 into nair 2 to up smash, though it's 50-50 on some characters, or you do it if your opponent is not going to air dodge and is not paying attention. Lastly, you can go into full wrecker combo with either an up B finisher or up smash. Yep, Sora has loads of kills at his disposal. Now the moment you've all been waiting for, how to combo. Sora has many ways to combo against certain characters, but with each character you're up against, you need to ask the following. How many IDJ nair loops can I implement? How many short hop nair loops can I implement? Can I IDJ fair wrecker into down tilt? Can I standing grab after fast fall 2? Can I up tilt after fair 2 drag down? Yes, it can be difficult to fathom all at once, but with some practice, you can get the hang of it. In case people don't like to read data, I'm going to do demonstration videos on each character. You don't need to get everything to perfection, as of course in this scenario, the dummy is grounded, but doing one nair loop into fast fall fair wrecker is enough. But with larger characters or some characters whose legs are sticking out, you can do a hell lot more damage. Even some characters don't require you to IDJ due to being heavy fast fallers. There's a lot of information to process, so there will be a Sora Bestiary combined with video demonstrations of each character over time as well. Now back to those questions. Here is a demonstration with Mario answering them. So in conclusion, Sora is easy to play, but difficult to master. He's the king of the sky, but a commoner on the ground. The best Sora players are the most creative and ambitious ones, capitalising on habits, using the right combos, and being spontaneous throughout the game. As the Walt Disney once said, laughter is timeless, imagination has no age, and dreams are forever. So that's my own Wilksy15 Sora guide. I'm returning to playing Smash more seriously and get myself up the ranks. If you want to see more updates, follow me on Twitter and look out for my Twitch streams. Until next time, may your heart be your guiding key.